The best two words in sports. Game 7.
The Indiana Pacers force Game 7. So the best two words in sports, especially in the NBA, is Game 7 and in the NBA Finals. So this game was great. I can say the Indiana Pacers they had their backs up against the wall and they needed to win this game so they can keep their season alive and also their championship hopes alive. And I couldn't help but notice Oklahoma City Thunder kind of tanked in this one and they really did not want to win this game. And they somewhat just gave the Indiana Pacers hope so that they can have a chance to celebrate in their home floor. Because you could even see the body language and the way the Oklahoma City Thunder played. They didn't play with any urgency whatsoever. And they somewhat just gave this game away so that they can be able to go ahead and play and ball out in Game 7. So this game came from the Thunder. The Thunder were coming from, going ahead and dominating both Game 4 and Game 5 to go up 3-2. And looking at this Game 6, things were not looking good for the Indiana Pacers. Number one, we had Tyrese Haliburton with a right calf strain. So it wasn't something that was encouraging. And even the reports, when I was doing my own research, the reports that came out saying there's a high likelihood that the Pacers are preparing to play without Tyrese Haliburton in Game 6. Had Tyrese not been able to play, it will have changed like the whole identity of the team, and there will be a different way the Oklahoma City Thunder will have looked at it. So the reports that came out are not as encouraging because Tyrese will have even sat out Game 6, but that didn't happen, and for some reason he's not even put on minutes restrictions, and he was still able to go ahead and play. So Tyrese, he felt confident in this one. Okay, he didn't have the best game like that, but him being there was the difference. So, Tyrese, he played this game despite sustaining a calf injury that will have sidelined him for weeks in the regular season. But following this game, Tyrese went to ESPN and spoke to Scott Van Pelt and even laid out the things that the next steps for the Indiana Pacers. So I'm going to play that clip. Then we're gonna come back.
Good to hear.
How you feeling?
I feel all right. Feel good. It's a big win for us, and man, I'm chomping at the bit. I'm excited to get to Game 7.
From the end of Game 5 to tonight, the process of preparing yourself, behind the scenes, what all goes into getting you ready to provide what you provided for your team tonight?
Round the clock treatment. Our medical staff has been amazing. Just implementing as many things as I can. My family, my girl Jade, staying on me to keep doing the treatment when the people aren't there. She's like, I'm trying to watch. She wants to watch Love Island right now. I'm like, oh, she's like, yo, before we put it on, we gotta, put something on the calf. But just trying to do as much as much as I can.
How much desperation did we see out of your team tonight, defending this home floor, not wanting them to throw a party in your building?
Yeah, you don't want to see that, man. I think everybody. If you can defend your home floor, you want to do that to the best of your ability. I thought we did a great job of that, especially early of getting stops and getting out and running and playing Pacers basketball. I felt like we did a great job in the margins. Like, you can look at how many shots we made and our field goal percentage or whatever, but we didn't turn the ball over a ton. We rebounded well. Those are the important things when you play a team like this. I thought we did a great job controlling that. Our crowd was amazing. I'm sure they didn't want to see a celebration on this floor as much as we did. So, our crowd was amazing, got us going, and we just, went from there. Yeah, I think you got to take the good with the good, the bad with the bad. Right now, for the next 2 days, everybody's going to be talking about how good we looked, how well we played, how much pressure's on OKC. That's going to be the narrative. And we got to do a good job of staying away from that stuff. I think that can be poison. And if we do a good job of just kind of staying within ourselves in the locker room, I think that's very important, for us in these next couple of days. We did some really good things tonight that we can, build off of. Mm-hmm. But you gotta understand, it's Game 7. There's no such thing as like a pretty Game 7. They're usually ugly, bloodbaths, figure it out. And that's what it's about. We got to go in and just figure it out. These guys are going to play hard. They make shots at a higher clip on at home. Their crowd is amazing. So I'm excited, man. This is why we do what we do. This is the peak, the pinnacle of our sport. And to do that with these guys in this locker room, I'm so excited about it.
So the Indiana Pacers, right now, they're on trajectory to go ahead and make history in Game 7. So will they be able to win? I don't know. I'm not a guy who likes predicting these things, because in Game 7 anything can happen. So the whole expectation for the Pacers was to go ahead and defend home court, and which they did. So despite most of the spotlight being on Tyrese Haliburton, this win is a team effort, and I don't think the Pacers will have had a shot at winning this if they didn't believe in themselves, especially as a unit. Pascal Siakam was possessed. I don't know. This guy, somewhat his eyes just changed. His eyes just rolled at the back of his head before the game, and I just knew for a fact that this was going to be an interesting game. He didn't have the most eye-popping stats. He finished the double-double of 16 points and 13 boards, which by all means was the best. And Obi Toppin, he had 20 points in this one. Tyrese had 14 and 5 assists, and he sat out most of the fourth quarter. But this game, it was already decided in the second half, because the scoring was very limited for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you can see they kind of tanked in this one, and there was no urgency whatsoever coming from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't think they wanted to go ahead and pose any resistance to even winning this game. So that's my theory on it, and there was no urgency coming from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And when I saw that, I just knew for a fact that they wanted to tank in this Game 6 so that they can go ahead and win in Game 7. That is if they're going to win, because anything can happen. The worst thing you can ever do is give the underdog hope, because now there's a lot of momentum coming from the Indiana Pacers. Will they be able to go ahead and pose any resistance? I know in Game 1, that upset win on the Oklahoma City Thunder really changed the tides, and the series kind of looked weird, but everything was restored when the Oklahoma City Thunder were able to take Game 4 and Game 5. And looking at how the series is progressing, and especially this being the last and final game of the NBA playoffs, finals, and season, there's a lot on the line. Who's going to win it? Is it the Indiana Pacers? Is it Tyrese Haliburton? Is it the 68-win Oklahoma City Thunder led by MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? So those are the things that are there. So Tyrese, he had some other things that he mentioned, especially in that press conference that he had.
Have you stayed off that altogether? Have you been able to avoid much input coming into you from the outside world?
Yeah, I've tried my best. I don't have the apps or anything. I'll be honest, sometimes I got to log on to Twitter to see what's going on with like WWE or certain other stuff, honestly. But no, I trying to stay off as much as I can, and just not pay attention to the outside noise as much as I can, as much as we can as a group. So, all that matters is, the opinions of the guys in the locker room and what our focus will be over these next 48 hours. Yeah, I deleted the apps, correct, yeah.
David in front.
Tyrese, can you walk us through the last 48 hours, where you've been, who has been with you as his round-the-clock treatment has proceeded, whether it was in the training room or at your house or wherever it was?
Yeah. Trying to think. After the game, went to sleep, woke up, went to hyperbaric chamber, got an MRI, had a meeting with, a couple specialists and my agents in the organization. And then the next day, more treatment at the gym, more stuff at the gym, try to get some shots yesterday. And then just round the clock, at hyperbaric again. Then, Carl and Justin, been at my house, coming and putting the H-wave on me and doing a bunch of treatment that way. I was trying to, and then this morning, hyperbaric again. Usually not a game day hyperbaric person, but I was trying to give myself the best shot that I could coming into today. And then just more H-wave, more treatment at the house. There's just, we got a lot of people who, take care of me. And we have an elite medical staff. So it's been really good to have those guys, at my house helping however they can. My family's been on me. They call me and they're like, "Are you doing treatment right now?" I'm like, I'm about to play the game. Like, put something on your leg, So my family's been holding me accountable at the same time. So just trying to take care of it the best I could.
Tim, the back left.
Tim Reynolds, AP. Tyrese at 10 and 15, and then you guys overcome that. You supposed to lose to Cleveland. That didn't happen. You're dragging your leg the other night. Like, How just when you look at everything, how crazy is it that there is just one game left and you're in it?
Yeah, it's exciting, man. It's so exciting. As a basketball fan, there's nothing like a game seven. There's nothing like a game seven in the NBA Finals. Dreamed of being in this situation my whole life, So to be here is really exciting. Really exciting for me and our group. And like I said, what's happened in the past doesn't matter. What happened today doesn't matter. It's all about one game. And approaching that the right way. So everybody's got to take care of their bodies. Good couple film sessions, good preparation, to get ready for that, and let the cards fall where they may. It's already written. We've worked our tails off to get here, and just got to trust the work that we put in. And yeah, man, I wouldn't want to go to battle with any other guys. So I'm really excited about it.
And honestly, you could see there's a lot of hope from Indiana, and there's a high likelihood that Tyrese Haliburton is going to lay it all on the line, and he's not going to care if he's going to get injured in Game 7, but he's still going to play. And you can see there's that air of doubt I've seen, especially on X, on NBA on X. I've seen a lot of people not liking the way the Oklahoma City Thunder came out and played, because it looked like the series will have ended in Game 6. But initially, for me, when I looked at it, I don't think OKC wanted to win in Game 6. I mean, they voluntarily tanked and they saved themselves for Game 7. And when I look at OKC's closeout games, they are very, very, they start off high tempo, especially if I take cues from the last series they won in the Western Conference Finals. If you look at that Game 5, the way they started, they dominated the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the game was not even close at all. So when I look at this, I feel like the Oklahoma City Thunder are playing to their strengths, especially having home court advantage. They are going to, play at home while the Indiana Pacers play on the road, and it's going to be very difficult because the game environment in which Oklahoma City Thunder they thrive in, I can say it's at home. And given the fact that they have the opportunity to go ahead and win it in front of the home fans, will give them all the momentum. I know it will be a very, very difficult look to see OKC winning Game 6, because honestly, when I was watching this game, I just knew this game was going to be a Game 7 even before the game ended. So I didn't even take too long in deciphering that. But anyway, I mean, Game 7, it's going to be awesome. It will be Monday morning where I'm at. It's listed as Sunday, but it will be Monday morning where I'm at. So I'm waiting on that one, because that's for all the marbles. And I don't think there's going to be any lackluster performances from both teams. Now Tyrese is going to play his heart out. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I can say this game, he didn't want to have a good game like that. And I can say he held back a lot. And a lot of times, the analysts and even people who are watching this game, they're kind of throwing a lot of flack on the OKC Thunder, but the OKC Thunder know what they're supposed to do. I mean, there's a reason as to why they are given an upper hand over the Indiana Pacers. I mean, there are not too many Pacers fans who are going to overcrowd the Oklahoma City Thunder fans who want to see this, series pan out with OKC lifting the Larry O'Brien trophy. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below. I mean, who do you think is going to win in Game 7? Because there's so much that is happening right now in the NBA landscape. And OKC tanked this series, this game, so that they can go ahead and win the series at home. Similar to what we saw in the NBA Finals last year with the Boston Celtics. I mean, they tanked in Game 4 so that they can win in Game 5 in Boston. So this is something that I've seen. And when I even look back at the previous finals with the Boston Celtics, they did the same thing. They went up 3-0, and in Game 4, where the Dallas Mavericks, their backs up against the wall, they had a very good Game 4 where they're able to defend home court, the Celtics going up 3-1, and still the Dallas Mavericks being, a team that really struggled in that series. The Boston Celtics went ahead and won Game 5 at home. So it's a strategy. The Oklahoma City Thunder want to win at home, and they didn't have any urgency to win Game 6. And I'm not having any doubts with the Oklahoma City Thunder, because I know for a fact that they'll give us one hell of a show, and also the Indiana Pacers. So anything goes in this one. Final game, I mean, for the whole season before we enter free agency. And man, this is insane. So like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get notified, because I'm going to release a ton of content of this nature. And I'm out. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Tyrese, you guys were facing elimination and respond with a beatdown. Just what does that say about this team?
Yeah, we just wanted to protect home court. You know, we didn't want to see these guys celebrate a championship on our home floor, backs against the wall, and we just responded. So many different guys chip in. Total team effort. Really proud of this group.
Coming into the game, there were so many questions about your health and that calf strain. Just how were you able to just battle through it tonight?
It's the finals. It's the finals. Like, you know, all of us got to give everything we have. You know, I give everything I have for this group in this room. So, my guys have had my back all year, and especially tonight, and that means the world to me.
You looked like yourself. Just how does the leg feel?
It's okay. It's okay. Got a couple days now to take care of it, get it right, and be ready. You know, we got one game. You know, all cards on the table. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Describe the impact that T.J. McConnell had on this game.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, man. He's unbelievable. I don't even have the words. He's a great white hope. You know, that's what we call him. But he's just amazing. Continues to get downhill, put pressure on the defense, and man, he's unbelievable.
Game 7. How do you now go on the road where OKC has been so strong, especially coming off of the loss?
Yeah.
How do you go there on the road and get Indy its first NBA championship?
Yeah, it's about the margins. Like, it's about taking care of the ball and rebounding. Those are the most important things. You know, you got to control the controllables and let the cards fall where they may. You know, it's a one-game series now, and man, we believe. You know, we got a lot of faith in this group. So take care of our bodies, get ready, and Game 7 NBA Finals. What more can you ask for?
Nothing else. We'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Biggest question coming into this game, of course, is the health of Tyrese Haliburton. Rick Carlisle has said that he is going to play, but Shams, what is the plan for him tonight?
Malika, no set minutes restriction right now, and they will closely monitor him. But the most important part of Tyrese Haliburton playing tonight was when he passed a strength test on that right calf at about 5 p.m. East Coast time. He's going to be wearing a very tight sleeve on that right calf. And doctors told Haliburton Wednesday night that this is a 2-week injury. So if this were the regular season, he would not be playing tonight. But it's the NBA Finals, and Tyrese Haliburton has said, if he can walk, he can play. He's walking, and he's playing tonight.
Shay, you played in one and out NCAA tournament games, Olympics. What is this like? Can that time help you at all, learning from that, and also being who you are? Do you feel like you have to put a cape on to ensure the championship?
Yeah, all those experiences help me for sure. The like one and done experiences, do or die games. There's lessons from every game, but those games in particular for sure are gonna help. And I don't feel like I have to do anything other than just be the best version of myself. And I think that goes for everyone else in the room. We just have to bring what we bring to the table, what we've brought to the table all year, and bring it at our best come Sunday.
I wonder how you're viewing this opportunity and sort of the weight of it.
It's one game for everything you ever dreamed of. If you win it, you get everything. If you lose it, you get nothing. It's that simple.
Rick, what do you think there was a discernible lift just from Tyrese gutting it through? That, I mean, not like your guys needed to know what the stakes were tonight. Everyone knew what the stakes were, but how much was that worth, do you think, in terms of energy and all that?
Yeah, he's super important to us, and I think the big thing was there wasn't a lot of drama. The drama was created, you know, in the press somewhat because there's a lot of talk about it. That kind of thing. It was not coming from him. He was straightforward. He didn't want a lot of attention. He was doing everything possible to be able to play. And then, you know, fortunately, we were able to keep his minutes reasonable because, you know, we had a great first half and a good start to the third quarter. So, you know, one game. I mean, this is what it's all about. I mean, this is what you dream about growing up, this kind of opportunity. It's a very difficult place to play. We know that. But, this is the opportunity to play in a game like this is a great honor and a great privilege.
Rick, what did you think of just your team's mental fortitude early on after missing some shots, going down early? And then also, what does TJ McConnell give you night in and night out when it comes to just energy, effort, and just digging you all out of that hole?
Yeah, we just, look, our crowd was spectacular tonight. I mean, this is the loudest I've ever heard Gamebridge or Conseco. It was never Bankers Life when I was here, But the crowd was absolutely tremendous. And, we're playing the best team on the planet. I mean, they have proven that in the entire year. And we have got to play at such a high level for us to have a chance. And so we did better tonight. TJ's a big part of what we do. But, everybody was tied together, and that's how it's got to be. And, from the standpoint of rebounding, we did better. We did better with the turnover count, and all that stuff's going to get tougher on Sunday.
The best 2 words in sports, Game 7. I mean, it's the last game of the year, and people's dream to play in a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. I think the last one was like 2016. So to have this opportunity and to have the opportunity with this amazing team is a blessing, and we're not going to take it for granted. We're going to go out there and play like dogs to get that win.
It's exciting, man. It's so exciting. As a basketball fan, there's nothing like a Game 7. There's nothing like a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Dreamed of being in this situation my whole life, so to be here is really exciting for me and our group. And, like I said, what's happened in the past doesn't matter. What happened today doesn't matter. It's all about one game, and approaching that the right way. So everybody's got to take care of their bodies. Good couple film sessions, good preparation, to get ready for that, and let the cards fall where they may. It's already written. We've worked our tails off to get here, and just got to trust the work that we've put in. And yeah, man, I wouldn't want to go to battle with any other guys. So I'm really excited about it.
Feels good. Go to Game 7 in the NBA Finals. What more can you ask for? So, really excited, and we'll be ready.
Game 7, you said it all. Good win, y'all. Good win. One more. One more.